Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Welcome to today's episode of The Hypnotist. And today's very special guest hypnotist is Claudia Rickard. Claudia, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me, Adam. It's an honour to be on here.
Great to have you here. Obviously, I've seen you at the conferences, particularly HypnoThoughts Live a couple of times, and it was weird to bump into a Brit over in the States. Tell us a bit about how you first got into the world of hypnotherapy.
So it began, in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if I've always been doing it, because I have been doing massage on people for a very long time. So I'm an aromatherapist. And when you are building that rapport with people, because you have to build really good rapport with somebody when you are massaging a naked person. So they have to like, know, and trust you. And so, yes, I've probably always been doing that. However, when I was doing the aromatherapy, I realized I was into helping people with their issues, because of the oils can help with all sorts of things. And so then I went into counseling, and I did that for 3 years until I realized, oh, I have a choice. And actually, that's probably why I was doing counseling, because I didn't need to be in this terrible marriage I was in. So yes, that word choice was huge. So I then had to stop doing the counseling training because I was going through the divorce. And however, we roll on a few years and I still was wanting to help people. And then I found hypnotherapy, hypnosis, and wow. And I started training in it. My son had it for something, and it worked. And I was very curious about it. And I fell in love with it. And of course, when you get to a certain age, you want to do really well and you love it, you get distinctions, and you just carry on learning. And I've never stopped.
That's it. And obviously, you're very highly regarded. You know, nobody speaks at these big conferences unless they've got a certain level of credentials and really have an impact on the world. Obviously, you got into hypnosis, and I think what most people do is they explore different things and then they find something that really resonates with them. What's the thing that resonated most with you when it came to hypnotherapy, and what now you would consider a bit of a specialism?
For me, it's always about significant emotional events and feelings, the things that have happened, because in my opinion, people have various behaviors because of, and they will do these behaviors to mask their real issues. So they may drink a lot more and it's a crutch. They may behave in a certain way, get angry, because generally anger is based in fear. And I often find that's fear of not feeling worthy, not good enough. And there's always a story behind that. I'm not necessarily interested in all of the story. I just know that they feel it in their body and they will do anything to not feel that feeling. And that's why people take drugs. And hey, they don't even need to do something that we might consider is bad for them. They may do risky sports. They may do a lot at the gym. They may work a lot. It's whatever it is for them.
Yeah. These coping strategies, you know, and it's amazing how often like humans will go to extreme lengths, not to fix the problem, but to find workarounds, and kind of they feel a way they don't want to weigh, they don't want to feel, but drinking helps, food helps, you know, maybe it's exercise or something else, but it can be destructive. When I saw you in HypnoThoughts, you were doing a presentation around the bunny talk process. Tell me how that came about.
Okay, so when you were a child, do you remember playing shadow puppets?
I do, yeah.
But I mean, we would do just little things because it was, it's like, oh, there's a shadow. And so I started doing shadow puppets with my daughter when she was very little. My husband was away in the Navy, so they're away for a lot in the Royal Navy, 10 months at a time. She would get into bed with me and we would mess about and we played and we did Mummy Bunny and Baby Bunny. She particularly liked those. And I taught her the days of the week, months of the year, simple maths, all sorts of things, because it was like as an adult, it can get a little bit boring doing baby talk all the time. But to be honest, she wanted to do it, so I had to get creative. Well, let's do something that will benefit her. So as I say, we carried on. We did this for years, Adam, years and years. And it was our thing. And sometimes she would go to somebody's house and we would just do that. And we knew what we meant. Now, we roll on. We moved to America because, yes, I'm a Brit living in America. I live in North Carolina. And we arrived in 2019. She does go to school. However, 2020, we all know what happens. In America, the children didn't go to school for 2 years in our state. She was online for 2 years. And that was not great for her. Okay. And she started to act out, if you like. She was hurting herself. I blamed myself. I should never have brought her over to America. And there was one night she came through to my room. It was New Year's Eve. It was 3:00 in the morning. And she was sobbing. It was a horrible sob. I got out of bed. I got into bed with her and I held her. I said, can you tell me what it is? And then don't ask me what made me do it, Adam. I got Mummy Bunny out. And she got her Baby Bunny out with her little ears down. And she could tell Mummy Bunny what had happened. She couldn't tell me, she could tell Mummy Bunny, because Mummy Bunny always gave her unconditional love. Because when we were playing, I never told her off if she got something wrong. We just went, it's okay, just have another go. And we were messing about. And so that is exactly what I did again. And I knew to do that. And it was very powerful because, and I had no idea that all that time ago, when she was little, I had been anchoring in safety, love, and security, unconditional love, which is the most powerful. And she felt able to tell me what had gone on. And we figured it out. And, I didn't react. Mummy Bunny was very, very good. And then about 2 hours later, she said to me, I'm okay now. You can go. I went, all right. So it was the therapeutic value in that is enormous, because you, like me, know that she was able to dissociate it out of her. She felt safe to communicate that. And she knew it would be okay. She felt safe. And then in her own head, she then knew it was okay to be safe and say bye-bye to me, because we were going to figure it out. Absolutely phenomenal. And I was telling this to Cheryl Ellman, who we all know, and she said to me, Claudia, you've got to do something with that. So I did. And I wrote a book, A Parent's Journey and the Bunny Talk Process, because I've had 5 children. So it's best practice for children when there's a divorce, for step parenting. It's very quick. It's very easy to read. I wrote it purposefully in short ways so that people would get it just like that, because parents don't have time to read. I know that. And then the Bunny Talk process is in there of how to do it. And so it's, and I thought that was it. And then I spoke about it at Hypnothoughts, and I had people coming up to me and saying, are you going to make it into a course? And I said, well, no, because parents, anybody can do it. And they said, oh, well, if you don't, we will. And I went, no, it's my story. So I made it into a course, and because I do emotional intelligence for the parents anyway. I do see children, and I thought, well, this is how I see children. Of course, the bunny talk will do it, and I do eye movements, and I just made them bunny eye movements, and hey presto, we have a fabulous course, and I am now doing it as well with my adults for inner child. It's absolutely brilliant, and really good, really good.
So it's a wonderful story because it comes from real experiences. It was useful. And I think sometimes with techniques and protocols and all of that kind of stuff, we get lost in the sequence and the rationale and the science behind it. But fundamentally, does it help? Is it useful? And in that moment with your daughter, it clearly was useful. And I recall seeing you in Vegas, and you were talking more about those with dementia and how useful bunny talk is perhaps with those people that may not have, let's say, their full faculties when it comes to cognitive kind of processes, but somehow there is something in that anchors a different state within them that makes it useful. Tell us a bit about that.
You're absolutely right, Adam. So I said to my daughter as well, because she now tells me everything, because she knows she can. And I said to her, I said, darling, I said, if I ever get dementia, I may forget you, I may forget your name, but will you talk to me with the bunnies? Because I will never forget the feeling of the bunny talk. And you are absolutely right, because the body does somatize that. And I know that I would remember that. Absolutely. And if anybody, if you've ever known Bob Burns, he's told his wife to speak to him with the swan. So people will have their things that they've anchored in at home. It could be a film. It could be a certain photo album. It could be a cuddly toy. It could be whatever it is, and that they have. And that is their anchor into that stability of feeling safe, because that is paramount for people. Because you can only imagine when somebody is living with a neurocognitive disorder, living with dementia, that fear is very, very big. And it's about bringing the person, making that personhood, making them big again. And if they have things around them, their identity that you can, their medals, especially, things like that, then they will remember their identity, their cups they've won, certain items of clothing, vacations, holidays that they've been on. They will remember the feeling.
That's incredible. And we're both speaking at the Irish Hypnotherapy Conference next year in April. For those never been to Dublin or never been to a hypnosis conference, tell us a bit about what you're talking about, what they can expect from you talking about, and when it is, this conference.
So yes, I am. I'm going to showcase the bunny talk process. And people will be able to see for themselves the benefits of understanding why it's so important to engage with the parents of the child. And so they will understand that, because I'll be explaining that. And then, of course, I'll be telling the history behind it again, as I've already shared here. And I'm going to ask for a volunteer. And I am going to showcase the bunny talk process, because I have no qualms in anybody coming out of the audience, and we will create change. Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah. And the bit we haven't really talked about is similar to Bob Burns and the Swan. I imagine, do you see ideomotor responses through how the bunny communicates? I would just imagine that might be a possibility, given that it's dealing with hands and fingers and those kind of things.
That hasn't necessarily happened yet, and I know what you mean. And I'm looking forward to seeing what else arises from it. I do anchor in the good response when somebody comes up with a good feeling. That is anchored in, and also the bunny does take the bad feeling out. And that is like a conscious thing, because I'm doing it. Yes, and that is why, because people have said to me, well, the bunny talk and the swan, are they the same? No, because I agree. Bob's is literally in my opinion, it is the ideomotor. It's the subconscious, unconscious mind. What is happening when people are going into playing with the bunny talk? They're going into a natural trance, because children play all the time. And it was interesting because when I see my adults, we get on the floor as well, and we're playing like children. And then one of them, they said, "Oh, I want to sit back up." And then we did it, and he went, "No, I want to get back down again." Because he could see the benefit of actually, no, it was better, because he went in more into his child and went more into trance with it. So it is all working on probably that subconscious level. And it's so yes, but he felt two adults sitting up again on the seat. Interesting, isn't it?
That is funny, because it had anchored a different time. And a lot of other therapists outside of hypnotherapy, particularly if they're working with small children, in cases of abuse and things like that, will quite often use puppets and toy animals for exactly the same logic as the bunny talk. It's disassociation. It's easier to talk about what's happening to other things than it is themselves, because it's that one level disassociation. I think it's a fascinating, and a very well needed protocol. The hypnosis world needs it. You're going to do a bit of a hypnosis session for us, because that's what we expect on this show. But if anyone is curious to see Claudia's presentation at the Irish Hypnotherapy conference, that's going to be in early April. I'm going to put a link in the show notes so you can check that out. I'll be there talking about the fourth dimension as well. So if you want to see both of us, you can pop there to Dublin in early April. But now, Claudia, over to you for a bit of a hypnosis session for us.
That's right. And just allowing yourself now, take a nice deep breath in through your nose and out. That's right. And your eyes are feeling comfortably closed now, while you listen to the sound of my voice. Because the sound of my voice will help you, will help relax you, as you just drift off now, deep, deep down into that wonderful place of relaxation. That place where you feel so safe, so calm, so deeply relaxed. And all the time, breathing in positive thoughts and breathing out any negative thoughts or feelings. They're not needed. They're not required. They're not wanted. That's right. And allow all the muscles in your head to relax. Just imagine each individual hair follicle relaxing down. And the muscles around your eyes, and your jaw, any tension you're holding there in your jaw, just let that all relax. And while you're listening to the sound of my voice, if you hear any noises inside or outside, they won't bother you. You'll just know it's the sounds of other people going about their daily business. And that's fine, because you're here with me, feeling safe and calm, and allowing yourself to go deeper and deeper into that wonderful place of relaxation. Deeper and deeper relaxed. That's right. And allow all the muscles in your neck and your shoulders to relax. And your arms and your forearms. And all the way down to the tips of your fingers. And while you're listening to the sound of my voice, if you need to shuffle about a bit or scratch your nose, that's fine. Do whatever you need to do in order to feel more and more calm, more and more at peace, more and more relaxed. That's right. And allow all the muscles in your chest and your stomach to relax. And your back and your lower back. And while you're listening to the sound of my voice, you may get a slight tingling sensation, just like little prickles in your head or somewhere else in your body. And that's fine. It just means that you're allowing yourself to go deeper and deeper into that wonderful place of relaxation. Deeper and deeper relaxed. That's right. And allow all the muscles in your buttocks to relax. And your thighs. And your calves. And all the way down to the tips of your toes. Just allowing your whole body now to go deeper and deeper into that wonderful place of relaxation. Deeper and deeper relaxed. That's right. And now you're feeling so comfortably relaxed. Nobody needing anything. Nobody wanting anything. And absolutely nothing whatsoever for you to do except to relax and listen to the sound of my voice. And now, I'd like your wonderful mind and imagination to drift off to that magical, mystical place in your mind, that safe place of yours, whatever it is for you. There's no right or wrong in hypnosis. It's whatever it is for you. That magical, mystical place, that safe place of yours, where you can make positive lifestyle changes now. And now, while you're in this magical, mystical place, this safe place of yours, I'd like you to give yourself a gift. And it could be a gift around your beliefs or your values, or something that you really want or desire right now. Make it a good gift. Make it a really good gift. That's right. And now, I'd like you to use that wonderful mind and imagination of yours to imagine a force field surrounding your body, protecting you. And this force field acts like an emotional barrier or boundary. And this force field protects you. It could be your favorite color with sparkles in. It's whatever it is for you. There's no right or wrong. And this force field protects you because you do not give other people's bad behavior or their emotions permission to change the way you feel. And this can include your own negative feelings and emotions. You do not give other people's bad behavior or their emotions or your own negative feelings and emotions permission to change the way you feel. And there's an opening in this force field. And it's where you breathe in new learnings, new positives, new opportunities, new potential, new adventures. And it's where you breathe out any negative feelings, images, thoughts, emotions, or sensations that you've been holding on to. It's where you breathe out all the old, negative, psychological rubbish that you no longer need. That's right. And now, I'd like you to run a movie through your head. And this is a movie of you over the coming days, weeks, months, years, looking the way you want to look, feeling the way you want to feel, and doing all the things that you want to do. You have this gift. You have this force field surrounding you, protecting you, because you do not give other people's bad behavior or their emotions or your own negative feelings and emotions permission to change the way you feel. Make it a good movie. Make it a really good movie. We are the movies we play in our heads. We are the movies we play in our heads. Always play a good movie. Always play a good movie. That's right. And now, in a moment, I will wake you and I will count from 1 to 5. And on 5, you'll open your eyes and you will feel amazing. In a moment, I will count from 1 to 5, and on 5, you'll open your eyes with a big smile in your face. In a moment, I will count from 1 to 5, and on 5, you'll open your eyes and you will feel really good for you. You have this gift. You have this force field surrounding you, protecting you, because you do not give other people's bad behavior or their emotions or your own negative feelings and emotions permission to change the way you feel, and you've seen yourself in a movie, looking the way you want to look, feeling the way you want to feel, and doing all the things that you want to do. That's right. And so, ready now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes, big smile on your face, feeling really good for you. You have this gift. You have this force field surrounding you, protecting you, because you do not give other people's bad behavior or their emotions or your own negative feelings and emotions permission to change the way you feel. And you've seen yourself in a movie, looking the way you want to look, feeling the way you want to feel, and doing all the things that you want to do. That's right.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.